Hi, this is Jack Downs with a short video for those of you who are missing class today, Thursday, September 7th, in JOU127, our speaking and writing class. So you're missing class because you're out sick, or you had to be away, or one thing or another. And yes, most of what you missed today was people doing their presentations, their collage presentations. So obviously you should be ready to do your collage presentation next class. So on Tuesday. That also means if you haven't practiced yet with a TA or with me, the required practice, well, you need to do that. So please practice your presentation. To do that, you may have to reach out to the TAs to schedule special times for you to practice. Remember, practice at least once, which is actually 2 times through during one session is required. And then if you practice twice, so go do it again, another session, you'll get extra credit. Okay, the other thing you're missing though is that, oh yes, of course you should always look at the schedule to see what was due and so on, and you should keep up with your reading, and you should do your interview stuff and all the other stuff that's there in the schedule. So that all is assumed. Okay, good. The other thing you're missing is you should be at the end of today's class, after the presentations are done, I'm going to be introducing the next presentation, which is going to happen very quickly. It's going to happen only a week away. So next week on Thursday, there's another presentation. That means there's again practice times on Tuesday and Wednesday. This presentation is a short one. It would be it's a quotation presentation. It's also the only one which actually is memorized, but it's only like one sentence. So there's not a lot invested in it. However, it's important that you take it seriously and do it like any other presentation. So what's this presentation like? You go find a quotation that you like. Maybe one already comes to mind. It could be from a song, it could be from a famous person, it could be from history, it could be something very current and modern. You find a quotation. If nothing comes to mind, just go search famous quotations about whatever. So in addition to the quotation itself, the actual words, you need to be able to very briefly describe the person. You're going to do that as part of the presentation. You're either going to introduce the person, so-and-so said, and then give the quotation, or you're going to start the quotation, break into the middle of it with the identification of the person, and then finish the quotation. Here's an example. Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers, said, "Beer is proof God loves us and wants us to be happy." That's the end of my presentation. I could do it the other way around. I could start by saying, "Beer," said Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers, "is proof God loves us and wants us to be happy." End of the presentation. So the identification includes the name and some other descriptor, but very brief. Another one I could have done, which I may not have memorized, is, which one was that? Oh yeah. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, said poet and activist Maya Angelou. But people will never forget how you make them feel. So again, that was a little bit longer, so I think it was even better to have the name and identify information in the middle of the quotation. So you won't have any index card, you won't have any notes, you'll have it in your head. But it's just one sentence, right? And that's what you will do for your presentation, and you will practice it. It's not timed because it's like seconds. Why are we doing quotation presentations? Well, it's because quotations are extremely important in presentations. It's a great way to kick off a presentation using quotations. It's a real attention getter. They're really good words that you're picking. And the fact that they were said by somebody else who's famous or well-known or something else gives some credibility too. So I think quotations, it gives you another chance to get up in front of class and to do something, in this case, something pretty easy. So it continues that experience. but also that idea of using a quotation to probably kick off or perhaps to end a presentation is a really useful tool also. So I hope that works for you. You should pick the presentation and practice it so that theoretically you're able to do practice with the TA this coming week and then do it on Thursday in class.